What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Saris here, and I'm going to be checking out this new so-called MMO game, Forge. It's not really an MMO, but it's kind of in the style of an MMO. So, anyway, it'll be interesting for sure. I've watched some videos online. I went ahead and bought it. Now, just a quick heads up, I have played a few games just to get acclimated just a little bit to the game, and it's definitely some pretty fast and furious combat going on. It's supposed to be kind of a mixture of MMO combat and style bred with a first-person shooter, but the perspective is third person, so that's kind of how that works. The game just launched a few days ago. It's got a deal going on Steam right now where you can buy one copy and you'll get 2 copies, so that's cool. But basically, this is the main menu, and since the game just was released, apparently there are quite a bit of features missing. It actually does force you to do the tutorial to start off with, which kind of gets you the basic movement and jumping and how to use your spells and block, stuff like this. There's quick play, which basically is going to bring you to a way to just quick matchmaking, randomly join a game. The way that it works is matchmaking seems to be working, at least so far, with a random playlist. You can either be playing Team Deathmatch, Capture the Relic, King of the Hill, but basically, I guess Relic Assault, I haven't played that, but I assume that's in there too. Arena, I know, is not in there yet, though. But basically, you could join a game mid-game, kind of the teams will auto-equalize, and you'll join a team, you know, that has one less player or whatever, something like that. And people can join in the middle of game, so it's not like anything very strict or ranked. Yeah, it's just kind of getting in there, have fun, play around with the game. While a lot of this stuff, as you can see, is grayed out. You cannot go into specific playlists. They wanted to make sure, I think, that they had enough people to have games going consistently right on launch, so that's the reason for that. Play would be set up once you have friends lists. You can create groups, and you can have a guild also, apparently, which isn't implemented yet. But as far as I know, none of this stuff is actually in yet, as far as playlists or as far as friends lists and stuff. But this, I guess, if you know a player by name, you can join their game. Let's see, community level up. There's a leveling up system, which I think this is a very cool system that they have set up. Basically, there are 5 classes, and you level them up separately. But when you're leveling up, you're not getting necessarily getting a big advantage over someone that is of a lower level. You have more options of how to tweak your character, but it's not necessarily going to be overpowering someone that's a level 1. Like right now, after playing just a few games, I have the assassin. I've gotten my assassin to level 5, and I have put some things, switched some things around. Let me just kind of give you a quick, okay, let's say for armor, right? I subtracted some magic armor and added nature armor. So that's what I did with a point. Instead of like saying, I just buffed my armor, you know, I had to subtract from one to add to another. The same thing here with my stats. I subtracted some from spiritual armor here and added it to a +5 energy, which every one of these classes has energy, whether it's mana or energy or whatever else they might have. I've only actually played the assassin and the shaman. So basically, we have 3 DPS. We have assassin, you know, who's your basic rogue, sort of stealthy guy. You've got a pathfinder, who's your basic hunter, ranger type of guy, sets traps, you know, has a bow. You got your mage, pyromancer, fire mage type of deal going on, ranged fire attacks. And you've got your shaman, which is pretty much a straight up healer, has healing and support abilities, basically does very, very minimal damage whatsoever. And then the warden, which is, I guess, their version of a tank sort of deal. He's a tank, but not in the sense of, in a PvE sense, you know, where you can grab aggro. Obviously, there's no aggro in PvP. This game is fully about PvP. So, but he kind of does what they call preventative healing, preventative healing, I think is what they called it, where you're intercepting damage, taking damage for your teammates, as opposed to grabbing aggro off mobs, since you can't really do that. So that's kind of like a tanky warrior type of class going on there. That's the Warden. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into a game real quick. I'm just going to go to quick play and go to random. But this game has crashed on me once, I believe, in the few games that I've played. And there's 2 different teams you can pick, and this will bring you, I just went random just to make sure everything stayed even. This is where you pick your classes, and you can see right now this team has 2 assassins and 5 pathfinders, 1 pyromancer, and no shaman, no warden. So I really wanted to play assassin because that's the only class I really have played more. I played the shaman I think once. So, but he's straight up healer. This is his abilities that you're going to be starting with here, and they're all healing slash support type abilities basically. But I'm just going to go ahead and give the shaman since we don't have a tank or a healer, I'm just going to give the shaman a go here, and bear with me. So alright, obviously the game has already been started, it looks like here, and I'm just going to come out here and see what I can do, some support healing type of deals. Alright, you've got some full health going on. Because you can use the mouse to move. You got your WASD to move your character, strafing and whatnot, and you've got you move around with the mouse, and you got your targeting reticle. So basically, it works similarly to a first-person shooter where they are skill shots technically, but you don't have to lead or anything like that. Like for mages. See if I can throw this guy a couple quick heals here. Maybe save him all, but there's a lot of enemies here, so I don't think that's gonna work. See if I can get out here. Kind of play with my abilities a little bit. But basically all the classes have one spammable ability, which, as far as I can tell from the 2 classes I have played, will recharge your main energy source. So if you're using the basic attack or basic heal, in this case of the shaman here, I'm going to be regenning. If it connects, I'm regenning my mana. And then this ability here, which would be on the V key here, is gonna, ooh, hello. Nice rocket jump there. I give this guy, I'm giving him a damage buff right now. This is this little thing, and I'm putting stacks that make my heal bigger. So that healed for 125. I think it normally heals for like 80. 72, so, and of course everything uses mana, all your spells. But the other thing that's kind of tricky about this is there is a sprint ability, and it also uses mana. It uses whatever resource your character uses, whether it's resource, mana, or energy. Also, jumping takes away from your energy as well, so that's definitely something that's odd. But there are some pretty cool jumps you can pull off in this game, because you've got double jump, you can wall jump, stuff like that. So little corridors and stuff you can jump up to the top of, which is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna throw this little pot on myself right here. That's the G ability. Give this guy the damage boost, give him the stacks of the heal, so that way when I heal, I'm healing him for a bigger heal. The shaman also has another ability here, which I think I missed just there, but that would be, nope, I didn't do it. Here it is. His F ability. If I connect it onto a player, it'll make us share health pool, or equalize our health for a short duration. Let's give someone a damage buff here. This assassin guy here. Throw him a heal too. There we go. So we've got, a couple different heals, a hot that I have to throw on myself. Then there's this big AoE heal thing, which I think just prioritizes the lowest health target and heals them. It's because healing in this game can be actually difficult, because with your teammates constantly strafing and running around trying to avoid damage, you also have to aim your heals properly. So, if they're strafing to avoid damage, they could also be strafing and avoiding your heals. So, it is actually, a fun challenge to be able to heal. As much as I do enjoy healing in traditional MMOs, this kind of adds a little extra something to it. So, but Shaman's basic attack can also be used as a very weak attack. It's basic heal, I should say. I mean, I use it for heal most of the time, but it can be used as an attack. But basically, the way the targeting system, not targeting system, but the way it works is oh, whoa. So here, I'll show you this wall jumping's going on here. So oh wow, fail. When ability it fires off, it looks at whether you have, you know, your reticle over an enemy, okay? And if you do, then that ability will hit. So it'll kind of home to them, I guess. If it's like a ranged ability, it will. If they strafe after you've already selected them and hit the button, and if there's a cast time at all that's already casted, then you will hit them unless they do have some sort of maybe mitigation ability. Oh, and I just got shadow stepped on here by an assassin. It then stunned me, and I really can't do much here. I'm gonna slow him. One of my abilities here will slow him and speed me up and actually make me be able to jump really high like this. So I'm gonna see if I can possibly get away from him here. And he's staying on me. See, he's there. He stunned me again. Let's see if I can weaken him again. Slow him here. Give my guy this damage boost. And it appears that my S key has gotten stuck down and I am now running backwards without trying. So this is kind of awkward. I'm gonna throw my HUD on myself. I'm not sure what to do here. Alright guys, I am back after that unfortunate little incident, whatever that was that happened. I couldn't get the game to boot back up. Okay, looking here, we've got 2 wardens, a shaman, 2 pyromancers, Father. Okay, so I'm going to go assassin. This is the class that I actually have played more than just one game. So I'm just going to kind of pick up where we left off here. This will give me an opportunity to show you guys a little bit different look here. It looks like we're already being beaten 6-0, and this looks to be a capture the relic type scenario. So I'm just going to kind of show you some stuff that the assassins can do here. I just put that guy in a stun here. Of course, I've got some bleeds I can stack up, stacks of a certain ability, and then I can kind of detonate them with one of my other abilities here. And this is Shaman, who was actually keeping that guy alive. Let's see if I can stun him right here. He got knocked back there. Put a couple bleeds up on him. And once again, my back key is stuck. This is weird. Alright, I'll be back. Oh wait, nope. Did it fix itself? Nope. And the best way I've found to fix this has happened a few times now is to... Alright, we are back now. The best way to fix that I've found is to just Alt-Tab and come right back into the game. So, alright. To the assassin. He's got a couple of nice abilities. Got to go in the stealth mode, which I have here. He has a basic shadow step maneuver, a bleed, and then another kind of finisher type thing that takes the stacks that you put from the bleed on him and will, after 5 seconds, do a lot of damage. Another really cool ability that the assassin has is the ability to pull his target into the shadow realm with him into their own sort of version of the map, a shadow version, and so the player can't receive help or heals or anything. No one on your team can see you, no one on his team can see him, so it kind of creates a one-on-one situation. Assassin also has a smoke bomb ability that they can use. Alright, let's see if I can show you guys a little something here. Alright, I'm going to see if I can stun this guy. Alright, now I'm going to take him into the shadow world like this, so now there's... I guess I can still see what's going on, just the enemy player cannot see what's going on. Throw in a few basic attacks to recharge energy. Let's see if I can finish up here on this guy. There we go. Alright. Put up a few bleed stacks on this guy. Use the finisher. Oh, look at that, another kill. Sweet. And the cool thing about this is you can, a lot of the times, assassin can just sprint around the corner and hit your visibility button, and you know, you can escape a lot of sticky situations that way. Alright, this is turning bad, so I'm going to see if I can get away from this here. Looks like I'm slowed. I have some thing on me. Get away, and See, and okay, this is awesome. Now, alright guys, and after the second crash, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and say that that'll be the end of the gameplay portion. But as you can see, it's pretty fast, it's pretty furious. There are a few issues I noticed with melee, not really issues, but things that you kind of have to be careful with, since there isn't a targeting system. If you are in a group of enemies and you're trying to assassinate somebody who says an assassin, it's pretty easy for an enemy to get in and kind of muck you up. You know, a full health enemy running in, and when you have your target low, and they can just kind of stand in front of you, just kind of block you basically from being able to get to the person that you're trying to kill. So that's a little, it's kind of a cool thing, I guess, that you can do to help out a teammate, but also can be a little bit annoying when you're trying to swing away at someone and you're ended up, you know, you keep hitting someone that's like a few pixels to the right instead. But overall, the actual gameplay is extremely fun, and I like the fact that there's no grind to it. There's no big advantage from being a higher level. You can tweak your character, like I said, but it's not anything that's going to be game-changing as far as like being so far above somebody. It seems to be pretty balanced. I do see a lot of people using that ranged hunter class, which is the Pathfinder. But it seems to be, other than that, pretty balanced, and I don't even know, he doesn't even seem that overpowered to me, but I just definitely noticed a lot of people do play him. So if you can forgive the bugs, which hopefully this will be something that gets taken care of shortly, where apparently the game will either take a mouse movement and just continue to repeat it, or a key press or whatever, and thinks that you have the key press down when you don't. At first I thought it was just my keyboard, but then when it did it with my mouse scrolling also, I said, okay, now it's definitely, something's off there. But anyway, other than that, I did have a couple crashes, and then the game crashed one time. I was alt-tabbing to try and alt-tab out and alt-tab back in, and that resets that little bug that happens. I did crash once or twice during that time, so hopefully they can get all that situated and get the new features added in. I'm supposed to be adding skins, I believe, in a new class soon, so I think it has the makings of a very good game for sure. Very fun, addictive style of play. Especially I'm looking forward to the arena, which will be similar to a WoW arena, where there'll be ranked ladders. There'll be, well, you know, you get one life and you go in as a team into an arena. Last man standing, last team standing wins. So that should be pretty cool. But I definitely keep an eye out for this. I'm sure there's a lot of people giving away their free copies on YouTube, YouTubers. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not, or I may give it to a friend. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so definitely, you know, if this interests you, I might give it a few days, a few weeks maybe, unless, you know, you just want to throw down the 20 bucks is what it is, $19.99 for 2 copies. Maybe go in with a friend, split it 50-50. There's definitely some issues with it, but I think the base there is definitely solid. So yeah, this was my first impression, guys. So if you want, give the video a thumbs up. I know that there's going to have to be some fancy editing going on here because of all the nonsense that happened, but if you did stick with me, I appreciate it, and maybe I'll see you out in the battlefield.